video that I'm making this morning. Um, I wanted to do a bit of an update video because I have not been really making any content, not that much content lately. But if you're just now tuning in, welcome to the Planet Life. My name is Meah, and my channel is about growth. Right now, recently, I'm going through a bit of growing pains. I think things are changing and different in this season, and my contact is turning around. I don't know why. But I have not really been making as much content lately. I've not been feeling super inspired to do pottery. So ceramics has taken a bit of a pause. I'm going to get back into it, however. I actually went last night to the studio to realize that there was an exhibition going on at the studio. I have not been keeping up with my updates, my studio updates or anything either. So once I got there and I realized, oh, there's an exhibition going on. There's a National Ceramics Convention that's going on in the Detroit area this week, and I was prepared to make some new something is in my eye. I was prepared to make some new pieces yesterday, but I was derailed because of the exhibition, so didn't get to make anything yesterday. Then I thought I was going to go to the gym, but I thought I was going to be able to go to the gym, and I could have last night, but I wasn't feeling it. I went home, and yeah. So I want to dialogue, just real brief, and I don't know, maybe I'm just talking to be talking, but not really. So I'm single. I've been single for a year now, and so with single comes dating, right? So I currently, because I'm finding that men are not approaching women in person as they used to in years past. And I didn't really know this, because if you're in a relationship, you don't really know what people are doing when they're single. So since I'm newly single, and relatively newly single, all these notifications on my phone. Since I'm newly single, I'm just noticing different things about dating in this time period. And I just think it's so interesting. I see a lot of videos that are talking about dating and relationships. Because I guess there are a lot of people who are single and in the trenches, right? And me being one of them now. So we don't talk about age. Well, do I talk about my age here? I'm a millennial. That's how we'll do that. I'm a millennial. So dating as a millennial in 2026. What I'm finding is that people do not approach in person as much as they used to, like even a decade ago. I'm surprised by that. Thoroughly surprised by that. And I'm finding that the online dating is very interesting. You meet some interesting characters across the dating apps. And one thing that I'm noticing, and I don't know if it's a trend, I know there are a lot of babies being born out here, but one thing that I will say that I'm noticing is there are quite a few men on the dating apps who have children, okay? And they have multiple children. as if, okay, there's an option that where you can say that you have children, or that you're open to children, or that you don't want children, right? So I'm noticing that some of the men who don't answer either question, to me that means you have kids. If you're not gonna say it up front that you have kids, and you leave it blank, to me that means you got kids, okay? Which is not necessarily a red flag for me. If you have children, it's just the methods in which you divulge that you have children. So whenever the men don't answer that particular question, or even whenever they express that they have children, I will ask. I ask 3 questions. Okay, 3 questions. I typically ask, how many children do you have? That's question number 1. Question number 2, are you on child support? Okay, that's question number 2. And the third question I ask is, okay, are you divorced? Those top 3 questions that I'm asking when I'm noticing that these men have children, and I don't know about anybody else, but this is just me speaking for me. I ask those questions because I want to know, okay, how many children have you fathered, and did the court have to force you to pay for them? Like, of course, I don't know the nuances in these different situations or scenarios that these men are having with these ladies, but I want to know how many kids these men have fathered, and how many they are financially on the hook for, court ordered. So one particular guy, one person, when I asked that question, oh Lord, I'm so glad I asked that question, because you could waste time asking these fluff questions of people like, what do you like to do on the weekend? I don't give a damn what you like to do on the weekend. Tell me the meat of the scenario, okay? Because all of that, what you like to do on the weekend, that's irrelevant to the brass tacks of a matter, right? So to me, the brass tacks are, how many mouths do you have to feed, okay? Because I'm not about to step into a scenario where you're expecting me to help you feed the mouths that you created. Okay, but that's getting into the weeds here. So one particular guy, I'm not going, well, I don't know, I don't care. One guy gonna say, when I asked those questions, he said that he was in a relationship upwards of 15 years. I won't tell you exactly how many. He said that he was never married. So you're in a 15 plus situation and you're not married, okay? But then you go on and you tell me, when I ask you how many kids you got, you say you got 6 kids. Why do you have 6 children in a 15 plus year relationship, and you did not marry this lady? And then you on this dating app talking about you looking for your forever lady. For what? Your forever lady, you already found her, bro. Like, you impregnated her 6 times, 6 or more, because we don't know how many bodies were lost in translation, right? So I'm thinking, like, if you've been in a relationship that long and you got all these kids, why are you on this dating app? Seems to me like you should be focused on finding you an additional employment so that you can feed the 6 mouths that you created plus 7. Because if a woman pops out 6 kids for you, and you talk about you gonna just be dating her for 15 plus years, like, why? As a woman, I'm thinking to myself, who would do this to themselves? Who would willingly go through childbirth 6 times without the promise of anything? So I'm just very perplexed at this time. I'm not disgruntled or anything. It may sound like I'm disgruntled. I'm really not. I'm just perplexed at the unmitigated gall of some of these men on these dating apps saying that they have multiple children in various states of child support affairs, various custodial agreement situations or situationships, and then talking about they're looking for marriage. I mean, you could be looking for whatever you're looking for. And, you know, I'm not judging those scenarios, but I think we as, you know, it's almost just like when you go to the grocery store, right? If you're going grocery shopping, you wouldn't. If you're going grocery shopping in the produce section, you're going to inspect the fruit, okay, in the produce section before you make the purchase. Like even before you put it in the shopping cart, right? You're going to inspect the fruit. You're going to inspect the produce. You're going to inspect the meat that you're buying. So I think that dating is interesting right now because of all the various scenarios. And I guess I didn't realize over time being in a relationship, I did not realize what various levels of buffoonery and effery that people are engaging in, and then turning around and saying, oh, but I'm looking for my forever lady. Bro, you found her and you got her pregnant multiple times. You already found her. And then maybe you dropped her or she dropped you, but it's like, if you got that many bodies, what are you looking for with somebody new? What can you possibly be looking for? Like, and one of the other things that I'm noticing is some of the men will say, oh, and whenever I ask them why they're single, right? Oh, she cheated on me. I am noticing a statistically significant number of men claiming that women were cheating on them. Not to say that they're lying or anything. Because, I mean, I don't know the scenario. All I can go is by what a person tells me, right? But it can't be this many men out here who getting cheated. I mean, it might be, but like if everybody who I asked why that relationship ended, everybody's reason cannot be, oh, she cheated on me. But then that's the blame game just the same, because to say, oh, she cheated on me, what you're not telling me is how you, or what you recognize and why you met your limit with that. Like, I'm thinking, like, take some accountability in the scenario. Like, okay, was she cheating because you had weak game, or was she cheating because because you were neglectful, or was she cheating because she was a thought and you wanted to be with the thought? Like, what is, oh, somebody's asking me where I'm going now. Right now I'm going to, so there's this store that's closing. There's this popular or historical furrier store that's closing, so I'm going to see what I can see today, because they said they was gonna pull some stuff out the vault. So I'm going to see what they got from the vault, okay, and see if I like anything. So that's where I'm headed right now. So long story short, I'm just finding it very interesting what people's storylines are with why they're single, or why they had or why they're still looking for love whenever they would have found a woman to impregnate already. And I know love is not synonymous with impregnation. I know that. That's typically lust, probably. But I'm a little confused. Well, not really confused. No. I'm confused by I'm confused by the rationale behind the storylines that these men are spinning. Yeah. So I think dating is interesting right now. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that really briefly, what I'm observing, because again, this week specifically, I've been asking those particular questions on this particular dating app that I'm on, and I'm noticing that the men they have multiple children, and with the multiple children that they have, they are still looking for a new lady. And I'm wondering, like, okay, are you looking for a new lady to impregnate, or are you looking for something serious? Not to say that they weren't looking for something serious before, but to me, I don't know, like, having children before the marriage, it's like, it's almost like putting the cart before before the horse and hoping that the cart is going to move forward. Because like once babies come, there's just extra responsibilities that you have. So I'm just not understanding. And it's like, well, if you weren't willing to take on the responsibility of claiming this lady fully, why would you expect, I don't know, why would you expect for that situation to even be solid in that regard? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Again, I'm a little perplexed by the answers that I get on whenever I ask people these questions, or sometimes the people don't want to respond. They want to give you their phone number off rip, and I'm thinking like, I don't really want to talk if I don't have cause to talk to a person. Like, if you're not even willing to answer questions via text initially when I meet you, what would possess you to think that I want your phone number to call? Like, what are we going to talk about? The questions that you didn't answer via text? I'm confused. And then, like, I don't know. And then the people want your social media handles and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, I don't know these people. I'm not about to get in my whole, my information for them to be looking me up and doing all this. It's really it's some different kind of people out here. Like, I don't know. So in one hand, I was in a relationship for a long time. So on one hand, that relationship, I would say, it shielded me from a lot of the buffoonery that's going on out here. And even though it ultimately didn't work out, and and now that I'm single again, that's okay. I'm just finding that the level of questions is different now, because I'm in a different time and space in my life. That's one. And then you really gotta ask some questions to really get to people's core fast, because otherwise you'll be sitting there wasting time asking people what their favorite color is. I don't give a damn what their favorite color is. I mean, because that's not gonna, them telling me their favorite color, that's not gonna really do anything. So I don't know. Again, just wanted to talk about that briefly. But anywho, I'm about to go and check out this furrier that's closing, because they said they were bringing some stuff up out of the vault, and it's Saturday, so I'm hoping that they brought some stuff out, because I want to see some new stuff in this thing. Just to see what they got, and to see if I would like anything. Because they're about to be open, and it's no line. Hello, they about to open at 10 o'clock. I'm about to be the first one in the door. So I'm about to park, and then wait till 10. And then I want to see what they brought out the vault. And if they didn't bring anything, I'm going home. Or no, I'm not going home. No, I'm not going to go home. But anywho, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna probably gonna leave this video public, let it replay. Because I again, like I said, my channel at this juncture, I have a few ideas for this channel, because I know the things that I like to discuss and talk about, and right now it's just a matter of putting time into things, and me getting together the timelines that I want to actually do videos at, like the frequency or whatever. That plus the content, the actual content. So along those lines, that's what I'm working on right now. And I made it to the furrier. It's a couple people here waiting. I think like maybe 5 cars here waiting. So we all trying to see what they got up in this thing. So other than that, thanks for tuning in. If you feel like subscribing to my channel, please do. I don't know, but between, there are a lot of different things that I like, so I'm just trying to figure out what type of content I want this channel to kind of like focus on. So anywho, thanks for tuning in. Bye.